Pokemon, gonna catch 'em all.
YouTube, we are back with another Deals and Steals video. Every Wednesday we go through some of the online stores trying to save us both some money on Pokemon cards. We're going to start off dropping some of the top comments from Saturday's video, and then we're going to get right into our stores. Starting with Pokemon Center, I just got in, was waiting in queue for about an hour. From what I've heard, they dropped some Kanto Power tins, maybe some kind of Kanto tin, I believe, the mini tin. And I don't know if this is a case where they dropped it all the way at one of the last pages here, or if I missed it. More than likely, I think I missed it because I was waiting in queue for too long. But I'll check one more page before we start getting into our stores. Oh my god. Okay. Terrible. And out of stock, but I think that was it. It was probably these two mini tins right here. Solid design on these mini tins. No way, I missed them both. Well, gang, if you got them, let me know down below. Were you lucky enough to get some of these mini tins? Do you know what is inside these mini tins? I feel like I've probably been told several times what's inside either of these tins, but I forgot. Let me know down below how it went, and then we'll get right into our stores. All right, let's start off with Josh's cards here. Still has the check lanes. The check lanes are back. On face value, all these prices on the check lanes have seemed terrible, but I don't know. There's something going on with these like 2 promo cards with the coin on these check lanes specifically. I don't know why they're worth more money. I don't know who really cares about an extra holo promo card. But to be honest, I don't think any of these prices are as crazy as I think. I think most of them are pretty much at market price. I don't advise buying any of them. And other than that, I don't think there's anything else here. All right, Card Colosseum with the usual $9 Shining Fates pack. No, thank you. The $50 Dragonite Premier Ball, of course. Sleeve packs sold out. Obsidian Flames for $6 on loose packs. And then they have some of this European stuff. $6.50 on Temporal Forces sleeve pack. And that is it for the Pokemon Colosseum. All right, going over to Rare Candy. What do you got?
Do I look like I got some candy? No. Why y'all up my eyes for then?
All right, in terms of exclusive drops here, there are a couple, but I don't think there's anything we'd really want to wait for. Maybe the deluxe box combo here, but as we know, these are normally not even close to out the door prices, so probably not even that. All right, in the regular card section here of Rare Candy, as I say every week, we're not really expecting too much from Rare Candy. We're going to try to not waste too much time on this site. Gonna go around looking, see if we can find anything to talk about. If not, we'll move on to the rest of our stores. I don't know too much about Korean cards. Actually know nothing about Korean cards. I do know the Terrestrial Festival's normally about $60 a booster box in Korean. Maybe when we go to Pokey NE, we'll see if he had something like this and see what the competition is. 43 does not seem bad, but I really have no idea. There's a couple solid sticker prices here, as usual. I don't know if you could get out the door for these prices. If you could, I'd definitely consider some of this stuff. The Stellar Miracle box here, if it was 50 flat, would be pretty solid. Surging Sparks at $42 for a booster bundle. Even the Twilight, if it was $85 on the way out, I think a Twilight ETB for $85 wouldn't be too bad either. And they do have one Armor Rouge collection here for retail or for MSRP, but I don't really don't think you want to be spending $45 or $50. If you ended up doing that, we'll probably find somewhere else for the Armor Rouge. All right, as usual, Rare Candy, not very impressive this week. There's a Destined Rival here for $90, but I don't know. There's all these sellers here. I don't know if Rare Candy itself has a shipping fee. I don't even know what Rare Candy is. I don't know if it's like an Amazon where you just go on there as a seller and start listing stuff, or if there's like a warehouse that holds it for all these sellers. I don't really know what's going on, so I don't know if the sellers would have different shipping. If anybody out there knows anything about the shipping and the charges from Rare Candy and stuff, definitely let us know. If the shipping applies to like everything, then there'd be no point. If some of these sellers do offer different shipping and different tax and stuff, then maybe we'd start clicking into some of these. I might click on this Scarlet and Violet booster box here and see what I can find out. All right, and just checking my card. Apparently I had some stuff in here from a couple months ago, I guess. It's not really breaking down who's paying what or who's charging me what for shipping. I'm gonna assume that I am paying shipping twice because I'm buying from 2 different sellers. I mean, just look at these fees and taxes and shipping. Most of these prices from Rare Candy are market price, so imagine having to pay all this on top of a market price purchase. I'm not going to go out and try more sellers out, but I'm going to just assume every seller you buy from, you got to pay for shipping and tax separately. So we can't even really bundle and save money unless you get them all from the same seller.
I've been waiting in this queue for over 3 hours. I don't even know what they're dropping. All I want is Black Bolt and White Flare. I can't wait. I can't take it anymore. You want the newest, hottest sets, but you don't want to wait in line? Well, look at all this. You can set up commands to tell you when and where things are dropping, like Target, Walmart, Best Buy, any store, anytime. It will let you know and send notifications right to you. And you can find when the hottest restocks are there. And look, it'll bring you right to the store, so you can check out. For only $7.99 a month. If you want to sign up, take a look at the link in the description.
Right, yeah, Rare Candy doing rare candy things. Not at all impressed as usual. Going over to Forged in Fire. A couple weeks ago, they did have some solid deals, although recently I haven't seen anything I consider buying. Bunch of booster boxes and sleeve packs, pretty much market price though. Forge and Fire pretty good. I think it's just $5 flat shipping. But even with that, I don't really think there's anything we want to purchase here. Maybe the Scarlet and Violet base build in battle, maybe a sleeve Stellar Crown pack. Getting pretty hard to find Stellar Crown packs. All right, Rip and Ship Arena. Did they update anything? They're still sold out of the Journey Together. The Scarlet and Violet base is still here for $200. Cynthia's Garchomp's here for $50. I don't advise buying this. You guys know I don't really like these 6-pack collection boxes, especially now that they took out the jumbo. I can't believe I actually miss a jumbo card now, or whatever else they used to put in here that wasn't these little figures with this display that we see. For some reason, I just bought one at Barnes & Noble for $48, and unless Barnes & Noble is pulling a power to the players and charging some kind of market price, is the retail on this like $45 or something? I don't know what I missed. Feel like it should have been $40. I don't know why I got charged $48 at Barnes & Noble. Gonna assume that Barnes & Noble isn't charging market and that this was like a $45 collection box. If anybody knows anything, let me know. But like right here, the Iono is $40, so I assume the Cynthia would be $40. There'd be no reason for the Cynthia to be $45. It's the same exact collection box. I don't know. Once I realized it was $45, to be honest, I should have just not even bought it. I did end up buying it.
I don't understand how finances work.
Not terribly excited to open up the Cynthia, but I did get it for $45 from Barnes & Noble. The Iono's here for $40. The Lily's sold out. Here's a Prismatic binder for $60. That's definitely not horrible. Most Prismatic binders, at least they used to be like $75, $80. Everything going down a little bit to slightly reasonable prices on Prismatic. If we could get out the door for $60, I think we definitely do this. If out the door you're at $70 or $75, then we're pretty much market price. We got a lot of stores to go through today, of course, but this is still one of the better prices I've seen on this Chinese gem box or whatever this thing's called, Volume 2. I tell you guys every week, you guys in the comments know a lot more than I do about this stuff, but I think the MSRP is like $35, $40 if you buy them from AliExpress or wherever. So $50, not terrible. A lot of people I'm seeing like 60, 65s. All right, going into Smoke and Mirrors, and it's always exciting when there's at least one English product on Smoke and Mirrors. Looks like they had some restocks here. Japanese 151 at 150. Pretty sure 150 is the free shipping at Smoke and Mirrors. I think the market, and not like a TCG player market, but just the market I've seen from doing all these videos and stuff, I think most people are about 165, probably best case. See a lot of 180s too. 150 just paying some tax, and you probably get the free shipping. This would be pretty solid. Under $300 for the Charizard UPC here. Most people on the UPC easily over $300, like 320s, 330s, 340s. This $295, just some tax I assume, but no shipping on that either. 11 packs of Brilliant Stars for $105. That might be a little much. I know Brilliant Stars has a pretty solid price per pack right now, and I don't know where else you'd find a sealed Build and Battle Stadium, but at pretty much $10 a pack, I don't really know. That'd be hard to buy, I think. You do get the 240 card decks with the stamped up holos, but even then I probably wouldn't buy that. And we haven't seen too many yet. We'll find out if this is a good price, but 90 right now seems very solid for the Japanese Black Bolt set right here. A week ago, we did find some 85s, but I honestly think everybody went back up to like 95, 100. 90, I think, is one of the better prices for sure. $100 on Glory of Team Rocket. I don't understand what's going on with what I think is Silver Tempest, but this price keeps going up every time we stop in here. Crown Zenith Booster Bundle. What do we think? If I see under $50 or $50, I think we could buy it. What do we got? All right, we got $85.
Right.
And look at that, White Flare actually a couple dollars cheaper. Is White Flare 83 and Black Bolt is 90. All right, apparently people are liking Black Bolt a little more than White Flare, but 83, I haven't seen anybody under 85, and I don't think anybody's even at 85 right now. Marnie's at 83. I know nothing about this other than there's probably some promos and there's probably 7 packs in here. I don't know what packs. I'd assume because I don't know what it is that this came out before the Clara and the Cyrus. So maybe there's a possibility you're getting some Evolving Skies and or Fusion Strike. But also along with that comes some of the early Sword and Shield sets, probably like Darkness Ablaze, Battle Styles, Rebel Trash, all that stuff that we might not want. Please let me know if you know what is inside the Marnie. Definitely let us know. Help us out in the comments. This Arceus box, the $80 seems crazy. I don't know what I'd assume it retailed for $20. At some point, there was an Arceus box that they were selling for $40. I don't think this was the one because there's only 4 packs. Promos on point. There's a figure here. 2 Brilliant Stars packs, a Chilling Reign, and a Cosmic Eclipse. Incredible lineup of packs, solid promo, $80, probably a little crazy. Cosmic Eclipse, I'd imagine like a $25 pack, maybe at most, maybe $30. I don't really think the pack value is there when we're spending $80, but if you like the figure in the promo and you want one pack of Cosmic Eclipse, I also don't think 80 is horrible. Charizard here for 70. We haven't seen Charizard anywhere for a while. I don't think you buy it for 70, but one of the better prices. Clara here for 53. Sometimes we find them for about 50, the Clara or the Cyrus. Most of the time, though, when we find them for 50, that's before shipping and tax. This one probably before shipping and tax, too, but if we can order over 150, we would get free shipping. 48 on Night Wanderer, one of the most competitive prices. Stellar Miracles here for 48. Here's a Cynthia box for 45. What I'm going to just assume is the MSRP on the Cynthia box. Even if it's not 45, pretty solid from an online store. Everybody already trying to get $50 or $60 for it, I'm assuming, just because it's Cynthia and Garchomp. It's 2 Destined Rival packs, a Journey pack, and then 3 Paradox packs. I believe they wanted you to hunt some Garchomps. I don't know why else 3 Paradox packs would have made it into this box. Whoa, okay. All right, sleeve packs. Let's go back up here. There's a Fusion Strike for 17. Fusion Strike, one of my most hated sets, but 17 for a sleeve. I'm pretty sure the loose pack is over $15. I'm sure you're not very much under market, if under market at all, but a sleeve Fusion Strike, I'd definitely buy those over loose packs if you're looking for Fusion Strike. $8.50 on Astral. This has got to be under market. Astral Radiance went up to like $10 a pack, even $9 on its Silver Tempest sleeve. I could be wrong, but most of these prices seems like you're getting charged like loose pack market price, but you're getting a sleeve pack, and I am perfectly okay with that. Sleeve packs are lucky. Sleeve packs we know are solid, better than a loose pack for sure. I think all these sleeve packs are pretty solid. Even $640 on a Scarlet and Violet base, maybe a little steep. Paradox Rift at $630 for a sleeve pack here too, and then the loose Japanese packs. All right, stopping back in at pokemontcg, a new site that we just started covering. I think we bought out a lot of the stuff here, but I want to see what they did this week. Pretty big shout out for this site on Monday. They had a lot of stuff, some of the best deals I've seen probably in all of 2025. Let's see if the stuff is sold out, restocked, or what they got. They still have the Surging Sparks at $226. $205 on an Enhanced Journey, $240 on a Destined Rival booster box, $69 on the Journey Together ETB, $73 on Heatwave, all very solid. White Flare here for $84. I think Smoke and Mirrors had them for $83. The Destined Rivals, slightly over market price possibly for the ETB at $90. Oh my god, it's still here, dude. No way. They got a $45 accessory pouch that you can still add to cart. The lowest sticker price we've ever seen on a Prismatic accessory pouch. Most people still at $60 from everywhere we covered today. Nobody's budged on that price. If you're looking for your accessory pouch, I mean, for $45, I don't know where you're going to be able to find a cheaper accessory pouch. Iono's here for retail. Cynthia's here for $52. I have no idea what's going on with Cynthia. You can pre-order the Mask of Ogerpon. This box is going to be very solid. It's going to have a lot of Twilight Masquerade, I believe 9 packs total. A couple Ogerpon promos and a Jumbo. All right, back at Double Infinity Games. International version. And this one's only 4 packs. I mean, Crown Zenith, I don't even know what to do anymore. They got the bundle for $85 on Smoke and Mirrors. Forgot who had it for $45. Might have been all Pokey TCG had this and the accessory pouch at $45. 50s where everybody's at. I think the market came all the way down to 50, maybe even like 49, something like that. So pretty much market price. Stellar Crown ETBs here for 70 as well. And then these check lanes, some of the best things on the site. Still a $6 Obsidian Flames check lane. I know it's palmy, but still, I don't understand that. That is solid. Everybody's selling regular Obsidian Flames packs easily over $6. And a Paldea Evolve check lane still here for $8. All right, Game Nerds, how much is the sleeve Lost Origin pack this week? $5,000? $23, solid.
I'll be your first customer!
Alright, Game Nerds, ever since we shouted out that Silver Tempest booster box, now Game Nerds has me concerned that some of these add to cart things, even though we filter in stock only, that we might be getting played. I clicked on the Morpeko, you can still add it to cart. I'd like this a lot better at 52, 55, at 60. I think it's kind of iffy. But I mean, compared to all the other Crown Zenith prices I just saw today, this is solid for 5 packs. You're pretty much paying market price for your 5 Crown Zenith packs. Then you're getting the Jumbo, you're getting the 4-piece, and you're getting the playmat. Yeah, definitely not bad. I mean, maybe if you just wanted to rip Crown Zenith, maybe we could still find a better way, although I don't think I have. But if you would get some value out of the 4-piece card, the Jumbo card, and the playmat, I mean, you're pretty much just buying 5 Crown Zenith packs at market price and getting all that extra stuff for free. Also, free shipping over $75. I mean, Surging Sparks $230 with free shipping. We did see $225 or $226 today, but I don't know if that came with the free shipping. We can guarantee Game Nerds got free shipping over $75. Oh my God, Shrouded Fables, GG.
I can't, what?
Probably still one of the best places to buy the Dragonite Premier Ball if you do get the free shipping. Dude, shout out to Game Nerds. I must have forgot. Game Nerds coming through. Here's the $45 surprise box. Gang, you could get 2 of them. $90, pay some tax, free shipping. I would assume Game Nerds has to be the place. I mean, just going off of today and the places I've seen, Game Nerds is the place to go if you want a surprise box, especially if you could get your $75 free shipping. And just look at this as a comparison, $24 for a Fusion Strike loose pack. The sleeve packs were $17 on Smoke and Mirrors, I think. Game Nerds got Astral at $12. How much was the sleeve pack? $8.50 that we saw? Game Nerds, always competitive on most of the stuff. It just seems like their loose packs are way out of whack. I don't know what I'm missing. Even the Lost Origin at $17, it's like everything but loose packs. Game Nerds has incredible prices on, and then on the loose packs, they get a little crazy. All right, going over to Pokey NE. Let's see what is in stock with the English first. Maybe we'll do a Japanese check, possibly Korean. They got Marnie or Steve here for $28. If Marnie's still in stock and you could get the Marnie for $28, that's pretty good. We've talked about these a couple times over the last week. I think the Japanese Marnie deck is like a $40 market. I would assume the English one's about $5 more than that. Things could have changed. It's hard to find a market price on the English sealed box and or the promo, at least on TCG Player I'm having trouble. But I would think $28 for the Marnie would be pretty good. With the Steve, I think out the door, if you do have to pay shipping and tax, you're probably overpaying for the Steve. But the Marnie, you should be able to get out of here under market. Still officially now the cheapest Armorers you can find, $39.90. And all the English, rough week out of stock. Alright, I just wanted to see some of the prices on the Korean cards. What the hell did I shout out before that I said might be a good price? Something was like $40. I don't think I'm seeing it right now. Yeah, I'm not too sure what it was that I said might be okay, but all of these Korean booster boxes seem to be about $40. I think whatever I shouted out was about $40, so it probably wasn't too good of a deal. Looks like a Korean booster box should be between about $40 or $60, depending on what the set is. The Simplified Chinese, does he have the booster boxes? I wonder what Pokey and he's trying to get. $60 for a booster box of that Sylveon Volume 2. And $60 on the Sprig. Both of those prices way too high if I'm not mistaken, right? I think $50 was a couple people. And the Sprig, I thought even $40, $45 we saw. Dude, if this box, possible pulls not guaranteed. If this box came with all 3 of those cards, I would have bought it now for $60, no problem. And then the Japanese stuff, but I think Pokemon's been sold out. The black and white file card set, I think that's a binder. It's a small Pokemon card binder, I think. Victini promo, incredible. I think we're getting that in our binder or poster collection. I think the Victini promo is coming to the English poster. You're only getting 6 packs in here, though. Other than getting the promo, I mean, just 6 packs in a small card binder. I probably wouldn't buy it, but the promo, I don't know how much it's worth, but I do like it. Deluxe boxes here for $120 still of White Flare and Black Bolt. Regular booster boxes at $110. We definitely crushed that price today. We saw as low as $83 on the White Flare and I think $90 on Black Bolt. Glory at Team Rocket at $110. I think we saw $99. And I normally say it, but Smoke and Mirrors, dude, I don't know how you beat them. On most Japanese booster boxes, it's hard to beat Smoke and Mirrors. And before we move on, here's that Marnie. Was selling for $45 on Pokemon and enough to sell out at $45. If you can get that English one for $28 or something like that, I'd definitely consider it. Miniature Market, do we have anything this week? Been a lot of misses from Miniature Market as of recently. I mean, the surprise box for $50 maybe, but we just saw it at $45. I don't think there's too much here today. Page 2. Nope, Searching Spark $750. I think we're all right. All right, going over to Safari Zone to close it out. As is tradition, all these look the same. They had a couple solid bundle deals. I like what Safari Zone's been doing. The bundles are not terrible at all. Most people trying to bundle things together, try to pull one on you. Safari Zone does pretty well with their bundles. I have not been able to find a bundle they've made in about the last month that I did not like. $53 on the accessory pouch is one of the better prices if we did not find it for $45. This would be the other place to go. The base case at $10.50 still here. I'm a little surprised. That's 6 booster boxes. We broke it down. I think it was $170, $175 per booster box. Going off of the assumption that Safari Zone is the all-in prices. I know for most things it is. I don't know when it gets something like a sealed case. Maybe that's too heavy and they don't include shipping and tax, or they do. That I don't know, but normally these are out the door prices, which we like. But this case right here, I think broke down to about 170-ish per booster box and came out to $5.30 a pack. Maybe. Don't quote me on this one. I actually can't remember now.
Marijuana is a memory loss drug, so maybe you just don't remember.
Definitely was under $6 a pack. It was somewhere, I believe, right over $5. Actually, I could be wrong. We might have been at $4.90 maybe. Should I just do the math? Whatever, divide this number by 216. That's your price per pack. I think it was $5, slightly over, maybe 10 cents over 5 or 10 cents under, but it was definitely solid if you do want Scarlet and Violet base. I have no need for 6 boxes of it, but a lot of people love this set. If you're looking for it, this is definitely one of the best places to buy it. Breaking down this bundle here, we just said in the bundle that we could get a Scarlet and Violet base booster box for about $170. Let's say about $190 on the market. Accessory pouch, I guess we'll call $50. Definitely under market, but we'll call it $50. So $190 and $50, we're at $240. Destined Rival bundle should be about $50. I'd like to be a little bit under that, but I think the market is $50. So pretty much $100 between these two here. $190, that's at $290. And then a surprise box for $35. You'd be getting a surprise box. So you would be getting everything slightly under market and about a $10 discount on, I guess, whichever one you want to apply it to technically, but about $10 off on a Prismatic surprise box and everything at or under market price. Safari Zone always making some good bundles, dude. Shout out to them. Even the set of Black Bolt and White Flare at $190, which would be $95 per, right? If that's out the door, I definitely consider that for sure. And that's probably going to do it for another Deals and Steals. We're going to scroll through the rest of the site. Most of their Japanese stuff is on point too, so I wouldn't have any problem buying any of it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I will see you tomorrow at a live or this weekend for another Deals and Steals.